Oh, shit, who the hell's texting me right now? Okay, okay. I think we are live. Give me a second. Make sure I pull it off here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see we're live right now.
All right, cool, cool. Looks like
Mm-hmm.
we are live, and welcome everybody to Gamers Realm Podcast 54. And I'm going to call this one Rant, Debate, and Conclusion. So I want to rant a little bit. I got here. Awesome to have KOTETSU as also a host tonight.
What's going on, guys?
So this is very interesting. I want to talk a little bit about the rant and maybe and more into rant and talk Zelda, and then maybe go into just a few other little things. But let's start off with the rant. Let me pull up something up as well. Um, let me that way I can share it when I'm ready to share it. And my rant this week, I ranted 2 weeks ago or a week ago or so about Nintendo. Hey, what's going on? Corstella's Fire.
Oh, hey, what's going on,
Thank
JKW? What's going on?
Cool, cool, cool.
That's one of my mods, one of my subs on
Awesome.
my
Thank you
channel. So
for
that's
having
cool.
him join us. I just want to rant about well, I ranted before about the Nintendo Direct on Twitter, and I went off a little bit and talking a little doo doo, and then we went through it, past it, and I wasn't so super, happy with it, and I was whatever, whatever. So this week I want to go on kind of parting with it in a way, but talking about Zelda Skyward Sword, and just talking about how I'm not even thrilled with it. I don't want it. It's like I'm being forced to buy it. I feel like I played the game, beat the game before, and whatever. On this previous, I think when did it come out? On the Wii U? Was it the Wii U when it came out, or was
It
it
was
the
the
Wii?
Wii. It was the
Wii.
Wii.
So playing it then and then, and so far what we've seen is that it's just going to be the same game again, but HD. So everyone was hoping, maybe even I would be like, is it worth getting it? Just the way it is right now, the way we got presented with it, I don't care for it because I don't see nothing new. Maybe in it's HD. Just what all I can do, I can get the same exact game and just turn up my brightness. That's all I can do when it comes to that game. But what if they add something cool like um Super Mario 3D World on Bowser's Fury? What if they did something like that ish for Zelda and so forth? But I feel like I don't at this point. It's for $60. Is I think it's just dumb, and I hear that they're gonna have the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on maybe a double pack or so. You know what? Put those three games together or so. But if they did that, I want Twilight Princess more than anything right now. People were debating on maybe there was gonna be maybe a Zelda Ocarina of Time, and what was the one that came out right after that was connected to it? Zelda
It
Majora's
was
Mask.
Majora's Mask. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did a pack of that, or they mixed that up. So they gotta do something huge with it. But anyways, I'm ranting about the fact that why am I gonna pay $60 for this? This game alone versus a two or three pack on the side. It kind of pisses me off. Of like, why do people do this? Nintendo does this every single year. Okay, I know the cartridges are worth more to produce compared to what CDs or so or CD-ROMs, and but what do you have to say with that? Do you think you think I'm kind of like I should drop it, or should I be like, I shouldn't rant about it, or what's your thoughts?
Honestly, it's um. I think people make a big deal over stuff like that all the time, and you got to realize that they're a company, and for a company to make money, that's uh, they have to, you know, market to a point where they're going to make money off it, and they know they will, so that's why they made it that price, um, and uh, and I think like for me in general, I've never played Skyward Sword. I always wanted to, and the fact that it's coming out for the Switch, I'm like, cool. I'll buy it. The the I'll pay the $60 for it. It's not a big deal to me.
I can see that, yeah.
And and I've there's games that I've had before in the past that got remastered, I said, okay, I'll buy it if it's coming out for a console that I already have, just so I can relive that. I'll do it, and I'll, I have done that in the past where I bought games that were marked up, that were marked at full retail price, that were old. So I think like I heard something else today, like someone was saying, because they had a state of play for Sony, and it was
Yeah,
okay.
I kind of saw it.
It was okay. They announced some new stuff for Final Fantasy Remake, where we're getting another something. It was kind of cool because there was like a couple months back, everyone had a speculation that, hey, is Final Fantasy, is the Square rebranding stuff, like for their next things for it, and we're seeing it, and it's pretty cool. And so we're getting a new kind of expansion. I'd say a story within the main story before we get the part two. We're getting that, and
it is. It's not like a separate game. I mean, it's a story within a story.
This is like a standalone, so it's like,
oh,
it's a story that involves Yuffie, but it's like her story takes place during the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And the only way you can get it is if you either buy it for PS5 if you don't have it, or upgrade it for free, and then you get the story, which kind of sucks because people who have PS4s who don't have PS5s can't get it, so it sucks. But someone posted where they're like, hey, look, they did this side-by-side thing of, you get a free upgrade from PS4 to PS5, and then they had another shot of Skyward Sword for full price. And then he said, I know these are two different games, and I know these are, two different situations, and it's two generations, they're generations apart with, PS4, PS5, they're just one generation apart. It's not a big deal. But, why am I paying full price for a game that's 10 years old? I don't understand why they're doing that. And it's just like, well, you got to look at it this way. They, like you mentioned it earlier, you said, I would go back and buy the old one and just bring my brightness up. Well, but it's still not going to look as pretty as the Switch version. And you're going to have to find your old nunchucks and to play it. With this version, they optimized it to where you can use the Joy-Cons or you can use your Pro controller. So the fact that they took the time to, now that's what I was worried about. I was like, yo, I hope I don't have to use the Joy-Cons. And they said, no, we also optimize it for the Pro controller, so you can use your Pro controller too. And I was like, dude, that's freaking awesome. I'm happy about that. So there's that. And of course, they took the time to go in and upscale everything and make everything, run at 1080p with 60 frames and look really nice. And so that all takes work. And it's just the way that they have to make money. So a lot of people are saying, why am I paying the same price for it? And it's like, well, you don't have to if you don't want to. Don't buy the game. Like, if you're really that adamant about it, then don't buy it. I see a lot of people saying, oh, they're doing this, it's up this price, it's here. And it's like, well, then don't buy it. Like, what are you complaining about? Like, don't get it. If you want to, if you're gonna complain about it and then get it, then what are you complaining about? But if you're gonna complain about it, then don't get it. Still, what are you complaining about? So you have no reason to complain, like, at all. Like, there's games that I've gotten that should have been at this price, and I'm like, that's a little pricey, but I'm still gonna get it, and I still got it anyway.
This game would be a new thing for you.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the thing too. It'd be a new experience for me. Like, I've never played Skyward Sword. I played Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but I never played Skyward Sword.
Hold on, I forgot to do something. Switch, put in my name. There we go. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm under. I guess so. I'm trying to. I feel like if it's just gonna be just the game itself, I need more to be more enticed with it. So okay, so let's say the controls will be. I saw that the controls will work with your with your Joy-Cons, but I probably rather play it on a, like, how do you say?
Yeah. They said it's optimized for the Pro controller as well, to where the left stick is going to be where you swing. So if you want to swing diagonal or left and right, you just hit it left and right. Or if you want to swing up and down, you just hit the left control stick up or down, and that's how you would swing. And I'm like, that's cool because it's more it's more you know, it's better. I think it's a little bit better that way.
Yeah, I remember playing it with the Wii remote. I do remember, going into it and just there. I didn't like some of the baddie designs. It just seemed a bit off to me, or just. But maybe I just better. I mean, let's say if I get it. So here's the thing: I tell myself no, 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 no more, but I see myself most likely probably buying it. Then at that time, like shit, I need
Mm-hmm.
something, whatever. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be. I'm trying to be more. Like, I'm trying to buy games and I'm trying to finish them. I'm tired of buying some a lot of or just getting all these little games and stuff like that and not finishing it. So it's got to be more worth it for me. So I'm hoping that maybe what if they do add in? I don't see them really adding much to the game though. I mean, they say
Mm-hmm.
it's got the best story supposedly out of the whole thing. The art style is a lot different than most of the other Zelda games. It seems
Yeah.
so.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to keep maybe the more I rant about it or the more I think about it, then you'll see. You'll never know. But I was just I did a thing where that's one of the least favorite games for Zelda with Skyward Sword
Mm-hmm.
compared to other like I'm gonna share this. I did a thing where I mean this is just from I have at least maybe over 2,000 friends or so on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and Skyward Sword got the least amount of and so Twilight Princess was next, then Wind Waker, then Ocarina of Time. But it just goes to show me that it's just, I mean, is that one of the least favorite games in the Zelda series, or if somebody else did this, would it be different? And
It
I had a like,
it's I think everyone has their own, you know, preference about what they like. Uh and they're probably trying to at least get all of the Zelda games onto the Switch. I think like yes, I've heard Skyward Sword is not the best game, best Zelda game, but that's kind of like with that ranking, that's like ranking all of the 3D Zelda games instead of like ranking all of them in a whole. And I'm pretty sure that would, Skyward Sword to be somewhere there. But I mean, it's I look at it this way. It's another game for those to kind of hold you off until Breath of the Wild 2, whenever we hear about that. It's another Zelda game that we can play, that we can enjoy again, or just play for the or not enjoy or whatever the reason. Just until Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, because as of right now, there's only two Zelda games that are out, or three Zelda games that are out, which is Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening, and well, four actually, if you in Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors 2. But for the actual experience of Zelda, the Zelda experience, it's Breath of the Wild and Link's Awakening. So why not add another Zelda game on there that's getting a full remaster for the first time, and and to kind of go back and say, well, add it to another pack. Well, they could have done that, but yeah, they could have done that, but they kind of want to. I'm sure they wanted to see, how it will hold up on. I'm sure they probably want. They probably have some kind of. I don't know exactly what the marketing plan of that was, but I'm sure they have a reason for doing that. And then eventually when they eventually announce, because they said it's confirmed that we are going to get um um Wind Waker and Twilight
yeah,
Princess,
that's
probably in a
hugely.
double thing for the Switch.
Oh
There's a
God, that would be
there's a
amazing.
chance we're gonna get that. And like I had a point too where it's funny, because after I saw that thing where people were saying, why am I paying full price for his Skyward Sword? I actually looked up what it costs now. It's still around like $50. If you go to GameStop, it's like 44 to 45 bucks. And then I went on Amazon, and Amazon is charging the game at like the lowest is like 47 bucks. So it's funny to me how people are complaining about having to pay for it, or if they don't have it, why am I paying for a 10-year-old game? You're still going to, I think, and if you think about it, you have to, if you said, I'm just going to go back and play the Wii version, okay, fine. But guess what? If you don't have a Wii, you have to go look for a Wii, pay for a Wii, and buy that game that it's used. It's a used game, and pray that it works. And if it doesn't, you wasted a lot of money instead of just paying for a brand new version of the game that looks nice, that's optimized for the Switch. And for those who have a Switch, you can just go back and just buy that, um, and you'll be good for it. Like JKW said, he mentioned oh, he was talking. Oh, he said that in terms of when we're talking about the expansions. But I don't know if we're gonna get expansion for Skyward Sword. It's probably like already like a big enough game with enough stuff to do, where there was probably no need to add anything to it. And I think they said there is amiibo functionality to the game as well. They're gonna add. I think they mentioned that. It makes sense if it did.
A what functionality? What was
amiibo. They're gonna add amiibo functionality. I think they said to it. So I don't know. I don't think we've heard everything there is to know about it, besides making the game look pretty and making it they optimize it for the Switch. But we don't know yet. I think we've heard kind of the main questions that everyone had when they saw it, and we might get more when the time comes, when it comes out. When is it? Like in July?
I guess everyone's speculating different stories, like April or somewhere near April, or by the time
I thought they said it was
around E3-ish timing.
I thought they had a release date for it.
I thought you meant more news about.
Zelda
or the Zelda 35th anniversary kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I think with that, like that, the anniversary, I think is probably going to be maybe mid-April, maybe, because
because they're finishing off Mario in March.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be like April or something like that, and we'll probably get like a lot more stuff for Zelda. So and I think they have to really pick and choose like what or even if we are, because did we ever hear that we are going to get a 35th anniversary celebration for The Legend of Zelda?
I've seen enough YouTubers that I follow, enough of the big ones. I see enough things going on where it's gonna happen for sure. And I don't see why, if they did the Mario 35th, why wouldn't they do Zelda when Zelda's such a huge franchise, and they're just debating when it's gonna happen. That's when they said the Zelda should be around April after March, if Mario ends, and they'll do something for Zelda. I actually do believe in that 100%. I feel like it's gonna happen because they just gave us a little something of Zelda Skyward Sword. They gotta have something to tease us with the because that's what the Super Mario Maker, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and then they did the whole Mario stuff. So this is just the first Zelda anything they gave us this year. So I do think, along with those other guys, there's got to be a big thing for that. I heard there's gonna be one for Smash Bros soon, just about the character stuff. So whatever on that one. But when it comes to like Zelda, I'm also hearing that it's also the Metroid 35th also. So
yeah, so and that's what I mean by that. Like it's so hard to like really take the time and give, to sit there and kind of plan all these events out, because Mario took that was like a 6-month thing.
Started in September, right? Ish.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a 6-month thing, I think. So when I saw Metroid, I was like, gosh, like they just have, but they said that we're supposed to be getting some kind of live stream for that, because they had a helmet for the Samus helmet, and we're supposed to get like a live stream, and there's supposed to be a live stream and the revealed release of the helmet. So I don't know. And then they're saying that I looked up, they said that they might have plans for Zelda in the summer. So
what?
That's what they said. They said in summertime we might get something.
If they give us enough of let's say, because this year's huge. I mean, we got enough. We got some good Mario. I've been enjoying all the Mario stuff. It's fine. It's great. You know, whether it's the what do you call it? The Mario I keep forgetting the time and watch thing, or all those little
Oh,
things that
the
Mario
Mr.
got.
Game and
Game and Watch.
Watch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's cool, like or the games have been coming out. So if they give us, I know they're gonna give us more Zelda. They probably give us some Metroid, just kind of remakes. Because if they give us trilogy, I'm gonna go nuts. And of
Hmm.
Metroid trilogy, it would be great. Because think about it, if they hold off for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 to early next year, I'll be satisfied knowing that they've given us so much to handle this year alone. So if they,
Hmm.
I want it to be Christmas for Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I feel
I
like
don't think so.
it might be a next year thing because they're giving us all this good stuff. I do know there's going to be better things. I do think the direct could have been better with giving us more, but maybe that's just the way it is. And if you know what, it's just like I look back thinking it. I bitched for nothing when I know something else is going to happen, something good's going to happen. They're going to give us more info on the Zelda 35th. If they do Metroid stuff, I predict a trilogy, by end of summer for Metroid, and then we got for me, we're gonna be well taken care of. So Metroid Prime 4. I mean, and then you got let's say Mario Breath of Super Zelda Breath of the Wild early next year, along with Splatoon 3. That will probably just hold us off for even further for Metroid Prime, which won't be maybe a year later, like till 2023 for
Hmm.
Prime 4. I don't
Hmm.
I don't think Prime is not coming out this year or next year. I don't think so.
No,
So
because we haven't heard anything about any of their how development is going or anything. So yeah, it might be a while
and
before you even get anything on that.
have you heard anything from what Cliff was saying of rumors about Mario Kart 9 for the holidays this year? What have you heard anything on your
No,
side?
I haven't. I think I heard there was something. I thought I saw something, but I think with that, um, it's still such a toss up of when we're actually going to see.
They have surprised
Like they're
the
saying
hell out
that
of us.
there is a rumor. There is a rumor that they're saying that Mario Kart 9 is rumored to come through quarter 3 of 2021. So I want to say if it's quarter 3, then it has to be like that's summertime. Summertime is like quarter 3. Like
Can you
summer,
imagine how
summer and
crazy
fall.
that
I think
is?
that's quarter 3.
How crazy that's gonna be? But when you think about how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is such a big seller and the biggest sold game on the Switch.
And and someone brought that to my attention too, where they're saying like when it comes to developing sequels, it's it's really just about like for instance, Mario Kart 8 is still selling on the Switch.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for them to say, all right, let's make Mario Kart 9, it's like, well, why if this game is 4 or 5 years later is still selling? So it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, this is kind of starting to because if this I we talked about this too. It's like if Mario Kart 8 is still selling, then they should have just been giving us more tracks and more characters into
I
Mario Kart 8.
wish
They
I
should
would
have
like.
they should have did that. But
Yeah,
but I think they're holding off on that for when they
I
actually
think
decide
they're.
to actually say let's do Mario Kart 9. Because like I said, it's still selling. So it's like for a game that's still selling, and they're like, all right, let's start making this. It would be a point where it's like, okay, sales are starting to kind of die down, so we want to kind of still keep that hype, so let's start doing stuff. And I'm sure they already have they already have something ready, so then when it is time to say, all right, let's start pulling a full development, because I'm sure they have like a good, not a whole team, but a good sized team who was like slowly working on Mario Kart 9. And then to the point where they're like, all right, cool. Mario Kart 8 is starting to die down a little bit. All right, we need okay, let's start all right, what we have for Mario Kart 9. Oh, okay, cool. We can show them this. And then they have like a full press, they do a full press on the game so then it can just get knocked out. And uh so then we have the media press and all that stuff going on with it, and then it gets their release. But there's rumors saying that it's going to be coming out
I
in third quarter of 2021.
I prefer that it would come out along with Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and Splatoon 3 next year, if it was for something humongo. If it
See,
sometime next,
see with that, there's two reasons why I don't feel that's the best idea for them to all come out like kind of around the same time. And I don't know if you meant
not
that,
same
but
time, but spread out through the next year.
yeah, because what and this is what Nintendo did when the Switch first came out. When the Switch first came out, the only games they already have all their games lined up like ready and done. But what they did was the first release of the Switch, they gave us Breath of the Wild 2, which was like their biggest title. And then what, like a couple of a month later, what do we get? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And another month later, we got Splatoon. So it was all like planned out to where we didn't get overwhelmed. And I think with that, like they have to do it the same way, where they're just like, all right, we got to plan out everything, so then no one's overwhelmed and nothing's overshadowed. Because if you remember, Luigi's Mansion 3 came out, and then 2-3 weeks later, Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. So Luigi's Mansion got overshadowed super quick because Pokemon's coming out. Pokemon's a huge series, and Luigi's Mansion compared to Pokemon there's no, the gap is just way too big. So I think they should, if they do, I think if they did Mario Kart 9 this year, it'd be perfect, because then everyone will be going crazy over Mario Kart 9. And then you know Splatoon, whenever that is, they just said 2021. I want to assume that probably, maybe, I mean 2022. I want to say probably like March of 2022, maybe, for Splatoon 2, if not July, like around when the second game came out. And of course, whenever we get Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah,
But
I'm actually gonna be. As of you're talking, I'm thinking about what you're saying, and man, it would make more sense if they just focus this year on the anniversaries and kind of stick to that. You think maybe,
mhm,
and then worry about the big titles. And
mhm.
maybe that's why they push Splatoon way back, because they're focusing on these other anniversary stuff. That's happened. That's a lot to take. They can't just dump everything on us this year. They, you
Uh,
know, they,
yeah, maybe. I think because they said 2022, maybe because you know there's everyone's still doing their stuff working from home. So 2022 is probably giving them more time to be able to um to work on everything. They showed it to us last week, so it's building hype now. And then, and I mentioned it last week, it's going to build hype, and then we'll probably like a test fire or something in during the summertime with Splatoon 3. And then they'll have another test fire later on in the winter, and then it'll just be about waiting for the game to come out. Um,
oh,
but
that's
I
right,
think,
right. I see
but
that.
but I think the reason, I think this year is just for Splatoon is probably just going to be, it could be two things. This year could be just building up hype and media press and all that, and then also, because everyone's working from home, so they still have enough time to like be able, they're giving themselves enough time to be able to, um, work as efficiently as they can while they're at home. So I think that's why they got, and
And I
that's
keep
that
forgetting
time
that.
slot for them.
I keep
Yeah,
forgetting that thing
and
where everyone's at home working.
yeah, and I think that's such the issue too, because everyone is all these games. Some of these games aren't coming out complete because of everyone's working at home. And I think now it should be good now, because everyone's kind of has is settled with everything, and so they're able to work. I think last year they had everything in their offices, and then they had the shift working from office to home, which kind of hindered a lot of things for some of the games that were probably released and didn't get, it didn't deliver how they wanted to. But I think now is, everyone's settled and you know used to working from home, and they've given themselves more time to work on everything. So but yeah, I think this direct was just, they even said it. This is just the first half of what's coming out this year.
So
And
I
we'll
would
probably get
say
another one. We'll probably get another
E3,
one around E3, yeah. Because
June might.
that's gonna because the last official release date was my No More Heroes 3, which is in August. And that's the last. That's the only game that's being released. I think that's the only game that's being released in August. Everything else is like July or a little bit sooner. So I think once No More Heroes is released, then we get a second batch of games that are probably going to be coming out. It will get more news around E3 time when they do have something around E3 time. So they have more stuff. They're just letting us know what's coming out this first. They even said the first half, and then once June rolls around and we get another thing from Nintendo, they're going to give us the other half of the stuff that's going to be coming.
Yeah. So okay. It's I needed this conversation. I needed to relax and think about it. So I'm just kind of like, we want to. It's kind of, for me, it's like venting a little bit and just like understanding certain things. Going back to re-understanding things I did understand before, then expecting something huge. But then I would technically come with somewhat high expectations for E3. I would expect at least. But I'm not gonna come off like I did last time. But so this time should be decent. I should really be more like not too high expectations, but somewhere we get something good. I guess I would be happy just with some 35th anniversary stuff from Metroid, from Zelda. I'll be satisfied for the rest of the year with that, because then I'm going to be focusing a lot on October 10/10/21 for the Intellivision Amico. So just kind of like I'm going to be streaming the hell out of that and playing with that, and then, but from now to then, for some of these extra things that come out, I want to focus on certain games. So besides the Amico, I'm going to be focusing on some bigger titles. I'm just not gonna. I've been playing a bunch of all the small titles. I'm actually thinking of deleting a lot of games from my that I don't know why I got these. Just delete them. I just thought they would be good, and then finding disappointment. And I recently been playing. Hold on, what's the name of that game? Let's see, it's gonna pop up. That's gonna pop up on my screen for a second. I've been recently playing. Where's my controller? Shit, hold on. Okay, I recently playing Saints Row the third. The third. You heard of that game?
Yeah.
You ever played it?
I played a little bit of it. Yeah.
And I picked a girl character. It's like I might stream it just for a little bit, but it's just like it's a shooter. I've been playing even like I think Call of, was it Juarez Gunslinger, Zombie Army is trilogy is real cool. But if I wish I had a person to play with online, would be dope as heck. But back to Saints Row, I designed my character. It was a female character, and you could design her whole thing. You can put her boobs small, and if you want her boobs to be massively big, it was just, I made her breast the biggest there was on there. Just like, why would it even allow us to even do this for it to be that massive? But I just did all, made her sexy, whatever, and played the game. It's a cool shooter, whatever. Just something. See, I'm finding myself playing some of these games that, like Saints Row, that I'm wasting my time with something like that. And Zombie Army, I think, would be good with someone. But like I said, I am gonna go back. I want to finish Super Mario 3D World, because I never played it before with the Wii U, so I do like it a lot. But I want to get to a point where I'm not streaming it, where I'm just playing the heck out of it. I'm gonna enjoy it and beat it. So I want to see if I can beat that before, most likely, Skyward Sword or other games come out. So as much as I don't want to pay that $60, huh?
You probably will, because it's not. It's very easy to get through, but if you're trying to do like me, get all the stars and all the stamps for the third time, then it's a bit of a, it takes a little bit longer, because sometimes you have to go look for them if they're not in obvious spots, and then plus Bowser's Fury, which I haven't touched yet because I want to do a first impression on that.
I'm just gonna
But
say,
I think you will.
The first, you think I'll get the Skyward Sword?
If you well, here's the here's the thing about us gamers. We complain and we always say, "Oh, this is not what I want," and da da da. We end up buying it anyway.
I'll try not to. I really am.
Like it, like with Pokemon when that game was coming out, I was like, it's not really anything new. Dynamaxing is okay, but it's not the coolest thing. But I end up buying it anyway because it's
I
Pokemon,
would
so I end up
say,
buying
I
it
will
anyway.
say this. I will say this. If they do come out with, let's say Skyward Sword is just the same Skyward Sword with a few extra things with your controllers. I mean, it's just the way that we see it now for a Switch. If I still get a 2 pack or something ish of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, I wouldn't even care by Skyward Sword.
I'm
I'll be
pretty sure.
satisfied. I will be
Hmm.
satisfied with those two main games. If I do have the money for it, but then I gotta make sure I know that I'm gonna play it. If I'm gonna buy Skyward Sword or Switch, I gotta make sure I'm gonna play it and enjoy it because I know I have been dying to play Twilight Princess for the longest time, and I even beat the game back in the day. I challenged myself and I beat the game with 3 hearts only, and I remember just loving that
Hmm.
game and just enjoying it. So I'm hoping. I mean, I think with all the Zelda stuff they might be giving us this year, would I even have time for Skyward Sword? But we'll see. We'll see. I won't be
And
surprised if I have it.
and we don't, and that's another thing. We don't know how much like if you think about it with this Mario anniversary, how many games did we get within the Mario anniversary?
We got the let's see, we got that fun Mario. What was it? The 35 that's still out around. I stopped playing it, but it was fun.
Mm,
With 35 players all together. I
yeah.
thought that was really cool. I just didn't have time for it
Oh
after a
snap.
little
Hmm.
while. Really cool. Mario 3D, the 3D what with the
Hmm. All
3D
stars.
pack. Yeah,
Hmm.
I do like the all three game except for the 64 version. Didn't do it for me because there's some things that are not as good as there was in the original cartridge on the 64 itself. Some of
Mm,
the when you move around with Mario, his face looks distorted. It looks kind of messed up. It's so weird. Why is this happening on the Switch version compared
mm,
to the one I played before? Because I don't ever remember this happening to my
mm,
Mario character, and it disappointed me. But still, overall, if I'm not worried about that, I still thought it was cool as hell. I mean, I like to still have
mm,
them on the Switch. Cool, because I might not be able to always have it on my older systems. What else came
mm.
out besides those? That they got the
And then it
Game and
was
Watch,
Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's,
Like
yeah.
the games that we got for the Switch, without the Mario 35, we only got two games, and everything else was like, merchandise and just events and other games. So we really didn't get anything. We really didn't get anything for Super Mario. We really didn't.
Like
And
nothing
so
majorly new, nothing too
yeah, we
new.
really didn't. We got like two games. Like official, like if you want to look at it, we only got two games. We got Super Mario 3D All Stars and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. We only got two
Okay.
games, and those games were like 3, maybe 4 months apart from each other. Um, so if you look at it, you're like, okay, well, how many Zelda releases are we gonna get? Like, are we just going to be getting the three Zelda games, or are they gonna like give us? Are they gonna give us, all the other ones? Because we still had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and
Yeah,
then
it's
it's
crazy.
Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Skyward Sword. So we don't know like what other games we could only just be getting Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess all together, which accumulates to like the All Stars, which is three games, and then maybe they'll like hit us with a Ocarina of Time remake or something. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
equate
hoping.
to Mario having two games out during the anniversary, and then Legend of Zelda having two games
Why would
out
they
for the
do
anniversary, or three games out for the anniversary. I
Why
don't
would
know.
they do a 2 pack of Zelda anyways? Wouldn't they at least put in Zelda Ocarina of Time with that or something like that?
I
Or
think someone made a point, and someone made a point with. Well, I don't. Well, that's the thing. I don't know what they're gonna do with what they're doing with Ocarina, because Ocarina is probably one of their better Zelda. I've never finished Ocarina, but I know that
Oh
that's like
man.
their better Zelda games. And if they want to come out swinging, I would say a full remaster, a full remake of that game. Or no, do what they did with Xenoblade and just fully remaster it, or give like a definitive edition and have it keep everything. Well, they would have to change the gameplay somewhat to kind of make it relevant and feel like the more modern ones. But I would say probably if they were going to do anything with that, I'd say give it a full remaster. Don't even port it. Just give it a full 100% HD remaster with some better control
They
schemes. And
they've already remastered, or they've already ported it too many times for everything we own.
but that's on they brought it to the 3DS, but I mean, like, if you want it, I mean, like Switch caliber stuff, like how they did with Xenoblade Chronicles. You know, if they were to do anything with that, they would do that. But I think we're probably only going to get Skyward Sword HD remake and HD remaster, and then the other two, and then get a whole bunch of merch like the Legend of Zelda Joy Cons, and I want to get those, and that's and some shirts and stuff, and then that's it. And then probably the
You want to
same
get the
way.
Joy Cons?
They actually look pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll pass.
And then of course they said we have, then it's supposed to be Metroid and then Donkey Kong too. Um, and then there has to be some kind of, if they want to fit everything in one year, there has to be some kind of time thing. The Mario thing was just way too long. That was way too long. But I think because it was going to hit 35 this year, that's why they made it so long. But I think everything else should kind of just have its own.
If they have anything Metroid, I'm gonna
Certain,
buy every damn thing they have for that
I'm
Metroid.
sure. I'm pretty sure. I
I'll
don't know.
buy
Did you see
every
the
damn
helmet?
thing.
Did you see the helmet that they showed off?
No, see, where did you see that? I'm
It was
still
on
trying to.
Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. Like the first
Okay,
time
hold
I
on.
saw it,
Let me see so I can share it. Oh, I'm trying to where.
it popped up on my feed. It popped up on my feed, and I was just like, oh snap! And that's how I heard about they were going
On
to
your
do a
feed, it didn't
live
pop up
stream.
on my feed. Is it a Nintendo thing? I mean, like
Uh,
Nintendo of America.
it was like a friend something, but I remember seeing it. Yeah, I googled it just now. I just put Metroid 35 helmet, and there's a video here showing off the life-size replica, and it's gonna be a live
I
stream
was
for it
showing
on
this
March
off.
2nd.
Did you see
What?
my tweet with this?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's kind of funny.
I don't understand why they had that as the thumbnail. I don't. And people just jumped in
They probably did
saying,
it on purpose. They probably did it on
I
purpose.
I don't know. I know. Let me get off of this real quick. So see if I can
But
find
yeah, like I found it. Like it's a video, and I googled it. What did I Google? I just Googled
so it's not
Metroid 35. I just Metroid 35th helmet, and as the first thing I went to was Game Rant, and you just scroll down and you see the video teaser of the helmet. Um,
so
they're
Metroid
gonna
35th. Hold on, I clicked on something and it popped up 35th anniversary. Hold on, let's see.
they're just I think that's just talking about when it's supposed to happen, but
Should I
it
put in
showed off the
helmet?
helmet. Yeah, that's what I did. I just put in Samus life-size helmet, and they're gonna have a live stream on it next week. Next week Tuesday, showing off the helmet, and probably putting up pre-orders and stuff for it.
For the
But
helmet. Okay.
yeah, but I don't know, and I don't know if that's supposed to kick off the Metroid third. I don't know, but they just said that they've shown off the helmet, and there's like speculation behind it. But
So I'm
but
a bitch. So I'm sorry, man. I'm looking at this right now. Maybe let's see if this is the one you're talking about. Let me pull it up for you. Wait, am I still hold on. Let me share. Go to here. This or not this?
wait, let me see. No, that's not that. That's someone made that. That's homemade. That's all homemade.
How about not this? No.
Yeah, I didn't do images. I just did an actual Google search.
Oh, I gotta search exactly.
And I just
You
put
what was the thing you
I
searched
just put
exactly?
Metroid 35th. I just put Metroid 35th in helmet, and
Metro
then
35th and
you
helmet,
get
and
a
that's
link
it.
from Gamerant.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm,
Maybe I'm
mm-hmm.
using. I'm not in this. And you said Google, because let me get on Google first, because I'm not even on
Yeah, I
Google.
went to Google. Yeah,
All right, let me go to Google and
but yeah, that's what I looked up, and you see the helmet, and it actually looks pretty cool.
if
But
I
yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing for their what's going to be happening. There's still nothing about what they're doing for Zelda or anything else. They're just waiting for Mario to get done, get the other promotions and hype out for the other games, and then they'll probably work on the rest of the anniversaries from there.
okay, Samus, Metro Samus Aran helmet revealed by first four figures 1 day
Oh, if you
ago.
there was one I saw from go to the revealed one. That's from Game
I see
Rant.
a video on it now. Do you see a video?
Mm-hmm. Where you see someone holding the helmet,
Yes.
and it says like live stream on March 2nd.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they're gonna show it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna
What?
show off the helmet there.
What do you think the price point is gonna be on?
Oh, stuff like that, like for bus stuff like that, like probably over $100.
No sweat. Hold on, let me see.
Most likely over $100.
This girl, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
they didn't. She didn't show anything. She just that's all you see in a thumbnail.
That's just a teaser. They haven't even. They're gonna do a live stream of it on the 2nd next week,
Okay. All right.
and
Now
they're
I'm
probably gonna
interested.
show more of it off and whatever else they're gonna have on there. So
Okay, that's some news to know and figure out. So yeah, they I think somehow this year it's starting to feel like it's going to be big this year.
mhm.
I think with Mario's finishing off, Zelda, please, like I could see if just a few things coming out for Zelda. I would wish at least Ocarina of something, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker and Twilight. I know for sure. I hear from a lot of YouTubers they're for sure guaranteed. Blah blah blah. So I'm fine with that. Not sure by Skyward Sword. We'll see what happens with what's coming out with Zelda. But with this Metroid hype, if I get something Metroid, I'm gonna be all over this. I'm gonna be just kind of if the helmet looks good enough for me, it's gonna be one of these things I'm wearing on podcast. Watch. No, I don't know. Just
Right,
I always
right.
pass by the Metroid Cannon arm in GameStop, and I keep wanting to get it, but I'm like, it's just a plastic arm, of the Metroid thing. It's like,
Mhm,
what am I gonna do with it? It's just gonna sit down again somewhere, and like
mhm.
I've collected things that I just stopped collecting, stuff, and I think I made hold on, I'm trying to show it. I bought this thing that was sitting down at GameStop for a while, and it was
Mhm.
sitting there for for like a year or two, and I finally bought it. This was about this a while ago. So then I
Uh,
opened it up. Hold on, let me see.
I figured.
So
Hmm.
and it does. Hold on, I put some stuff in it. So what it is
I like the
is
rupee.
yeah, the rupees in it,
Mm.
and this damn thing was like it's like it's a wooden thing. It's $100, and I was like, man, and I think about it now. I shouldn't. I don't want to buy something else. It's just gonna sit there, and what am I gonna do with it? And
Mm.
but the Metroid thing I think would be worth having. But anyway, I'm hoping for a lot of good Metroid stuff, and then you know, um, I get this. Oh shit, it's too bright. I find things from inside dolls and I pull them out, so I
Right.
get the things out. So, but yeah, I'm trying to make sure I just don't want to buy so much clutter and anymore. I just want to buy the things I know for sure I'm gonna have, like my Switch. I know a lot of gamers have their game rooms are loaded with millions of games, and they're so proud and happy about it. But like, when are you gonna play them all? When are you gonna have time for it? I won't have time for it. I already got a small collection of things to know the must
Hmm.
get games. I'm getting rid of certain things. I'm giving away certain things I don't want, don't need. Unless one day I get a house and then I can go into making a big game room. But like, if, I just don't want to have every damn game ever made or something like that. And I still have
Right.
the Zelda Wind Waker HD Switch bundle thing. I think I showed you the guys last time.
Mm.
The box. But other than that, let me see how long we've been live. Let's see,
About almost an hour.
almost an hour. Hold on, let me get here. Damn it, where are you? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we got. Let's finish off in 10 minutes. It's 50 minutes. So did I talk about everything? I think I did my small little rant, but just I'm still debating on the Zelda Skyward Sword. Let me see. Definitely talked about Zelda stuff. I can't wait. Going into Metroid. Did that. I mean, the only thing other than that, just that I've been doing, like I was talking to Phil earlier today, and I can't wait to
Mm.
just kind of get more. Um, probably in a few weeks, get some more airtime with them. Do a separate, thing with Phil. Work on certain, conversation about maybe marketing, things like that. Other key
Mm.
points. Do one with Tommy Tellarico and Phil kind of thing. So I'm excited to just keep this Amico craze going because that's something that I've been, interested in. Something else to enjoy and play that I know that's gonna me and my kids will play together, and who else
Right.
gonna get involved in this family like kind of system. It's always great to be a part of something really awesome and amazing. I was I go to GameStop and I'm trying to see if I can find some Amico signs, and some places don't have them up yet, so
Mm.
I'm just trying to ask questions. If they do have pre-orders pretty much at all GameStops.
Mm.
So just I just like the fact that it's coming off. It's got your games that are coming with it. Then when you buy games for the system, either download it or they'll be real cheap. Inexpensive. It's very affordable compared to all the things I'm gonna be buying recently. Or
Right.
I'm trying to taxes coming around. Make some payments here, pay this off, pay that off. Have
Mm.
like I'm going back to photography and doing some like photos within Chicago, the city, and within my town here near Chicago, and just having a model kind of. I was telling you earlier something with the Switch and act like she's playing and things like that, and get some
Mm.
shirts for her to wear. So I'm just planning stuff that I want to do outside and then post it and do videos on YouTube. So that's what I'm trying to stay busy, and I think I got a lot of shit going on the rest of the year. But I'm so excited. So it is kind of overwhelming with the Zelda, Metroid, and everything happening right now. And
Mm.
but I'm seeing what do you got going on? I mean, how you doing with what's your gaming? You're not doing streams no more, right? Or do you have a plan to go back to something like that, or anything you want to do?
Ye- Yeah, I have a plan to come back, but I'm gonna actually I still have to work on a separate video on what I'm actually gonna be doing, or I might just explain it while I'm doing something else on the channel. So, but yeah, I'm gonna come back, but more in a like conventional sense. Well, not conventional,
You don't
more
want
of
to give
like
us a
a
teaser of
hobby.
that right now? No teaser for us yet, or we gotta wait
Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow, most likely
tomorrow or Saturday?
tomorrow, because I'm gonna be recording the Pokemon event tomorrow, and I'm gonna post
Oh,
that
it's Pokemon event.
after it's done.
Is it
Hmm.
just based on a game already out or something coming out soon?
We don't know. They just said they're gonna have a Pokemon Presents. Was when they had one last year. They announced a couple of things. A lot of people are speculating that we're going to get a remaster of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So I'm like, if we do get it, cool. If we don't get it, then I'm pretty sure
What
people are
time
gonna
tomorrow?
like at 6, oh, 7. It's 7. It's
7
it's 7 my time. 7 my time. So I think it's probably gonna be like 9 or 8, 8 or 9. The
p.m.
time maybe. No, AM.
Oh, a.m. So this is something
Mm,
from Nintendo they're doing.
yeah, yeah. So they're gonna
Okay.
be doing that.
I still have to finish my Pokemon Sword. I'm at the final boss. I need to get that done. I need to get that over with
Hmm.
and just put that game aside just because I keep saying the same shit, but I need to I'm trying to stream more often here and there. Like I was just streaming Metroid Prime, the
Mm-hmm.
original, off directly from the GameCube into my converter, and I'm actually gonna be streaming that later. I might even do that tomorrow night, just because tomorrow night's a free night, because we're not doing
Yeah.
a podcast until Saturday night. We don't normally
Mm-hmm.
do it on Saturdays, but I'm hoping it'll be the last Saturday we do. I'm gonna keep it on Fridays. When it comes to our main podcast times, because those are the big ones, and then
Mm-hmm.
the ones for Phil and Tommy, those guys pretty much choose whenever they want. I'm fine with that alone, because last time we did
Mm-hmm.
like on a Tuesday, but I'll make sure everyone knows ahead of time. But other than that, just
Right.
I'm hoping that like tomorrow night could be Metroid, and maybe it'll change into Mario Kart, but then that should be a different day too, though. Or maybe if I do a
Mm-hmm.
back to back thing. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on going on. So that's so you're saying you're just gonna eventually come back in a certain way, or that
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
can.
It'll be
Uh,
different. It'll be different.
I was thinking of, because I'm not streaming as much with the new camera. I just, like Black was saying, he streams every now and then, but he says he's gonna be making videos, and that's what I want to kind of start doing now with what I got
Yeah.
coming, is just start.
Like I was gone for like 2 months, and then when I did I streamed the I streamed the direct. It actually, worked out pretty well. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll come back. I mean, I was thinking about doing it anyway, but that was kind of like my initial thing. Hey, someone's in here. Malta Master, he said what's up.
Oh, let me
But
get
yeah,
to.
it's probably gonna be very, very, more of like a hobby thing that I'll just do when I have everything planned out of how I'm gonna do it. So I'll probably just we'll probably talk about it tomorrow, or like do a separate thing on it. I'm not sure.
Little video or something like that
Not sure.
for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to find ways to be like, I might take a. There'll be some days where maybe next week I'm just gonna try to do nothing from Monday to like Thursday and focus on my social media, like Instagram, YouTube, and the Facebook gaming, and just try to somehow bring it together where I'm just gonna promote the hell out of each of my channels, and
Mm-hmm.
just try to make everyone kind of intertwine and see if they can, if those followers on Facebook can go into YouTube, or I have to figure something out, because I'm just trying to bring more people together somehow. And just it's a lot of brainstorming, or maybe that won't work. I have to think of stuff, and also got to keep reminding myself, don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about the people viewing you. Just do what you're doing, do what you love doing, be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and not to be too, like, that's one thing I used to do more, is worry more about certain things, and trying to teach myself now, don't worry about it, just do
Mm-hmm.
your thing, and eventually something will climb. I think Instagram right now, with more people not following, and I'm following more, and then they're following me, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to see if I can reach out to that crowd. Maybe that's the crowd I want to bring in, or figure out how I can, how it is. It's just trying to get more back into it. I got more time to do it, more promote
Yeah.
myself, but at the same time, I want to promote the hell out of my main crew here. I want to put more, like the Gamers Realm. All, like, let's say, since you say you're gonna be most likely coming back, and then Chichuki, when I see him stream, that guy deserves a lot of more credit too. You guys, a lot of you,
Mm-hmm.
all you guys do, and it's like you guys should all everyone should all be over, oh, be over like 1,000 subs, and I think it's just YouTube's becoming such a hard place to be at sometimes, and it just seems like it's hard to, I don't know, it just seems like, for me, it's harder than shit, but again, everyone is doing the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
They might come to me and be like, oh, this guy Mr. Swish has got a podcast. I think some things are fun and interesting, but how much more different can that be to make that person not just come view, but
Mm-hmm.
then eventually decide, I want to come view. Maybe I'll click the subscribe, or I'll keep watching. If they're not subscribed, just watch, or
Mm-hmm.
just how to entice people to. But I want them to also notice you guys too, because I always promote you guys in the description, because you guys are all the crew. But somehow, if I made a special video or something that I got more time to do, because I see like even Ellie's doing something really nice on her Instagram where she promotes a lot of her, lot of like, let's say gamer of the week kind of thing. She
Yeah,
does a
I
great
saw
job
that.
with it, a great job with what she does, and I want to
Mhm.
do something like that, but for the crew that I have and a few other people, where I'm focused on them and not trying to grab everyone something different each week. Just kind of like
Mhm.
to say James Leiter, something like him. Some other YouTubers that deserve credit, and deserve more of something else. And so I think with all this extra stuff I got on my PC where I can record more and do better things. So, anyways,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just trying to find a way that when they look at this stuff, then they see that I'm promoting Kotetsu or Chichuki, they know they're gonna see it and they're gonna click and then they're gonna follow them, however kind of thing they do. So I gotta. It's just a lot of things I'm just trying to do with that too. So, anyways,
Right, right.
anything that you want to we hit an hour already. So something you want to any last thoughts? Anything you want to bring up before we head
Mm,
out?
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, super cool. Just thanks for those few people who came by to watch. This is interesting, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with this conversation we had. I'm like, don't be. I'm telling myself, don't be such a hater. Just enjoy what you get, take what you get. If
Mhm.
you know, like don't. I had told myself, don't rant like you did about the direct. Don't do it again. It's like just try to be more positive and understand every angle. This is the pandemic. It might take longer time for these things to come out. I don't accept things the way they are. When I want something more, don't come with high expectations. Just kind of keep them low and take what you get. So
Mhm.
it's always good to have these conversations with you, and I appreciate you, Kotetsu, for this. And I look forward to for you and what you got in the future running here with so we can help do what we can to help promote you and get you out there. Hopefully you got some fun ideas for us. And this is it. This is Gamers Realm podcast. This is number 54. 55 will be Saturday. There'll be no podcast tomorrow. It'll be Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time with Leaf Tilden. That's the guy who played Donatello on the costume part of Ninja Turtles 1 and 2 from back in the early days of Turtles 89 in that year. So till then, appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Good night. See you later.